Hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday, everybody. Songs That Give. Oh, that is an amazing username. Thank you so much for joining. Hey, Alexandria. I hope you're having a great weekend. So I am Banke the author. I am a new author, a new wife, a new entrepreneur, and a new professor. And this is the Thank You Tour. So, as you may know, I am nearing the 1-year anniversary of the release. Thank you. I am nearing the 1-year anniversary of the release of my debut novel, Always Want More. ABC Jokey. Thank you so much for joining. And so it has been a tremendous ride to get to this point. At this point, I have sold nearly 1,000 copies, something that only 3% of all authors will do. And so my village of amazing people from all types of backgrounds have really made that possible. And so in the Thank You Tour, for 30 days, I have been highlighting 30 different people who have been a part of this Always Want More journey in different ways. So tonight, we are with thank you so much for inviting followers, Alexandria. We are with my sister-in-law, Lakeisha Booker. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. She is an amazing woman. So I've shared with you guys before that I am a little sister. And my big sisters, one lives in Houston, one lives in LA. And so I'm just so very, very blessed that my brother, who I love tremendously, has brought a bride back to Rochester, because now I have a big sister close to me. And when I tell you hey, Ebony, thanks for joining. She has stepped right into this world. Like, I am a lovable scatterbrain, and I often need direction and help. And my new big sister has just jumped right in. So I am going to flip the camera so she can tell you guys about herself. And we'll just keep it pushing like that. Thank you guys so much for double tapping the screen to give me hearts. Thank you for inviting followers. And if this is your first time, please make sure that you follow me. I like to interact with each and every person. And I'm new to Periscope, and I'm new to this journey. So I love to share information that can help you with your own journey. So without further ado, this is Lakeisha Booker.
Hi. Hello, everyone. I'm originally from Maryland. I grew up in Columbia, Maryland. Went to college at Penn State, where I met Banke's older sister. I call her Jules, but it's Juliana. And she's actually the one who introduced me to their brother, who I am now remarried to 10 years later. I used to live in California. I used to do some modeling and acting in California. And then God took me away from California, and then that's when I married Banke's brother, Keith. And so now I'm back in Rochester 10 years later.
All right, so you said a lot real quick. And don't think we're going to just let you rock without asking questions. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to comment with those. Okay, so you met your husband, Keith, through your friend, and that was her brother.
Yes.
So you guys got married, and then you fast forward real quick, and then you said, okay, 10 years later, we got remarried. What is the story behind the remarriage?
The remarriage, so when I was in California, like I said, I did modeling acting. It was something I always wanted to do when I graduated from college. Once I got there, it wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. I've always been a spiritual person, and I know I had prayed and told God to, make sure to stay by my side, because it's a lot out in LA in that type of environment. And so it got to a point where I was feeling like I wanted to, be married and have a family, even though I still desired the acting and modeling. But like I said, it was draining. And so, I stayed in prayer. And then, like I said, Jules, we were very good friends, and she's still out there in California acting too as well. And she used to tell me about her brother. And she knew me and my personality. I was kind of like a female player. So, at first she was very hesitant to introduce me. And I was like, well, he's a nice guy. That's what I'm looking for. And so anyway, long story short, she eventually introduced us. And then I wanted
Pimperella. That's what Ebony said.
What'd you say?
Pimperella.
Oh. I like that.
Right.
And so I wound up leaving LA. I decided that I was going to give up the acting for now, at that time. And so I left LA to move to Rochester, and everything just happened really quick, but I was okay with it because I knew God was involved. So we like dated for maybe 3 or 4 months, and then we had got engaged maybe 2 months after that, then got married maybe 3 months after that. So everything just went very quickly. But again, because I knew God was involved, it wasn't like, oh, this is, too short of time for us to get married. But at that time, I just wasn't ready.
Ain't God awesome? Yes, He is.
Amen to that.
And this testimony is going to be awesome. So make sure you guys keep watching. Hey, Santasha, thank you so much for joining in. So you said you knew that God was in it, but everything happened so fast.
Yeah, and I think at the end of the day, pretty much I can admit and say that it was mostly me. I just wasn't ready. I think, and I don't want to speak for all women, but I dated the type of guys that I dated. Like one of my exes was in the NFL. I've dated some people that's in the business, in the entertainment business. And they all were the arrogant, cocky type of guys. And, Moncay's brother, anyone who knows him or don't know him, he's a man. Just put it that way. He's a man. He's a man of God. He's a hard worker. He treats me, as a queen. And I don't think I was ready for that at that time. I couldn't appreciate what God had given me because of what I was used to. And then also, I think when we're dating as women, and again, I don't want to speak for all women, I think we make up in our mind who we're supposed to be with. Like, of course, like we all like the Idris Elba or, Denzel Washington's kind of old now, but, back in the day, Denzel Washington, we want those type of guys, and that might not be who God wants for you. And so it took me, I think, my journey through those 10 years to realize that. I went through so many heartaches, dating different guys, and they were pretty much the same type of guys. So it took me 10 years for God really just to prepare me to go back and to appreciate what He originally had given me, for a husband. And I'm very thankful because a lot of people don't get that opportunity, and they do. They go through life still, searching for that one. And so I'm very grateful that God, like I said, brought me back to my husband.
So Alexandria said, who God wants for us, yes. Mm-hmm. And then Ebony said that man knew what he wanted. He found a good thing. I really appreciate your transparency and saying that, you found what any woman would have wanted, a good man, but at the time you didn't appreciate it as that. And I think it's that in sharing our testimonies that we really do the kingdom's work. So thank you for sharing that. So now you're remarried. Mm-hmm. You're back in Rochester. Yes. So what is your, I'm always interested in how people who are not from Rochester, how you guys perceive our city.
Well, I will say the first time I moved here from California, it was kind of a culture shock, I guess. And then too, the weather, it's always cold here. I'm used to, like I said, I was born in Maryland, DC area. So I'm used to being around all culture, just diversity, successful minorities. And just here, I just feel like there's a lack of that. However, Rochester is very beautiful. It has, it's parts of it that I really love. But the part that saddens me is just that I just don't see a lot of successful minorities in this area. Mm-hmm. And that's where I came from. That's what we, in my area, we have a lot of, minorities that are working in the government, just have very good jobs, are doing very well. And I'm just, to be honest with you, I don't see that a lot here. Like, it's so funny. Like, I dress, very professional, going to work, and Boncay laughs because since I've been here, a lot of people, the ones who are here from Rochester, thinks I'm your mayor. And so, we laugh about that because it's just like, it's sad because it's just like, just because I'm dressed professional, like I'm, I guess people think automatically that, oh, I'm a mayor or, someone important instead of I'm just a regular, business person, I guess.
I'm going to stop you right there.
Okay.
Alexandria said everybody, she's in the D.C. area. She said everybody works in the government there. And she said it's a different culture. Mm-hmm. So just by how you dress, you are perceived to be somebody important, quote unquote. So what role do you feel like fashion and clothes play as far as minorities getting more out of life?
Mm-hmm. Well, I would have to say, too, it started when I was young, too, because my mom, that's how she raised me. I was raised in a single-family home, and my mom always stressed that, even when I was going to interviews, when I was in high school, like, you always have to dress professional. Like, she instilled that in me, and, like, they would laugh at me in high school because I played sports, and anyone who plays sports, like, when you go to the away games, you dress up. Well, I would dress up, have my little nice dresses and stuff on, and they always call me Diana Ross in high school just because of the way I carried myself. But I think it does play a big role because people do perceive how you carry yourself. You can have your own style, but I just really think it's important to dress professional and carry yourself in a different way, still keeping your own style, your own personality, because I feel like it does take you a long way.
Songs That Give, you said it creates impressions.
Yes.
It creates an instant impression.
Yes.
So I'm sure you've seen in your own life that dressing a certain way has given you more opportunities.
Yes, I would agree.
Okay, so this is what I love about you. Let me flip the camera really quick. So again, I'm Bonke, the author. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for all of the hearts. Well, clearly I'm not worried about my impression right now, but it's football Sunday. That's why. Don't judge me, okay? But my sister-in-law, one of the things I really appreciate about her is that she understands appearance and impressions, but she knows how to break that thing down on a budget. Because if you know me, my favorite word is free, and she gets very close to it. So let me flip it back. So tell us, thank you, Songs I Give, I appreciate that. Tell us, how do you do these looks and keep it affordable?
Well, another thing, going back to my mom, like I said, growing up in a single family home, my mom, she worked 2 or 3 jobs just to make sure she always, made sure, I always had nice clothes, everything. But, growing up, sometimes we have to go to yard sales or thrift stores, which I hated. And it's just so funny now, because now that I'm an adult, I love it. It's a hobby of mine. Just like Bonke was saying, my goal is to, it's a hobby for me now. So my goal is to, find fashions, things that are different. I'm one of those, I don't like going to the stores, you see everyone's going to your New York and Company, or just all your common stores that people go to. And I just like to find things that are different. And I like to find things on a budget. And just like Bonke do, that's my goal. Like everything that I wear is name brand. But I find it for like 75-80% difference of what you would purchase in the stores. And I just think it's a good thing. I feel like people, and I make a decent amount of money, and there's a lot of people, and to be honest with you, if you go in these thrift stores, most of the people are the white people that are in there shopping. That's how they save their money. But I think
we gonna save that money,
right? But I think a lot, especially in our culture, we are so hung up on the top fashions and, our Louis Vuittons, which is nothing wrong with that. If you have the money, you want to buy it, that's fine. But I'm just the type of person, like I said, I'm speaking for myself, I just don't like to wear the same thing everyone else is wearing. But I think, especially and I hate to say it, it's my area, but Maryland, D.C., it's a status thing. So if you're carrying your Louis Vuitton, if you're driving your Mercedes, you're making money, basically. And that's all well and fine. But like I said, I don't feel like you have to go broke doing it.
All right. Ebony says she grew up on hand-me-downs, so she can appreciate this. So you have some samples of things that you can show us, please.
Sure. So when I first moved to Rochester,
this is like a real talk show right now.
When I moved to Rochester, I was kind of concerned, because I was like, oh, they're not going to have, DC has a lot of consignment shops, and like where you can definitely get a lot of higher end stuff, but at a good price. So I was kind of concerned, but Rochester has not disappointed me. I have found so many items here, but
don't sleep with my city.
One of the items I found here, as you'll see, it's a nice cardigan, very fancy. It's from Talbot, so everyone knows Talbot.
I love this detail.
Yeah,
that is
it's a very expensive store.
Right.
As you can see, it still has a tag on it. They took the price tag off, but I'm sure this cardigan probably was like $60. I did keep the tag on. I got it from Amvex here in Rochester. I got it for $4. Hope everyone can see the tag.
Wait, can you say that again?
Got it for $4.
$4. You gotta say it like that. $4.
Brand new with the tag on it. So that's one of my recent items that I found.
Ebony said, "Ow."
Hey.
Tasha said, "Cute."
Oh. And then I found this cute sweater here. I got this from, I think, what is it called? I forgot the store's name. I'll think of it in a minute, guys. Okay. But from one of the thrift stores here too, and I think I got it for like $3. So it's a cute little cardigan, starting to get cold.
Very cute.
And then I also found these jeans. These are Gap jeans. So everyone can see them. Brand new with the tag on them. And I got these for like $5. So that's what, and that's my goal too. I try to get things that are under $10. Of course, there are some items that are going to be a little bit more.
Right.
But again, it's still going to be like 75% lower than what you would find in the store. And I find jewelry, scarves, shoes.
This blazer.
Everything. Yeah, with this blazer. This is, I think, Sofia Regalia. one of her blazers. I got for like maybe I think $5. So like pretty much everything, like jewelry. And then a nice thing too about this store is you'll find unique things, especially like your jewelry, stuff like you're not going to find in the regular stores.
Let me flip it for 1 second. So again, what I love about everybody in my village is that they all have such a different skill set and wealth of knowledge and are so willing to share that. I think sometimes as Black women, we know certain things, we get up on certain things, and we feel like we can't share that information with anybody else. And so one of the things I really appreciate about Keisha, my sister, is that what she knows, you will know. And so this is why she is included in the Thank You Tour, because it's been a year, about a year. On November 6th, it'll be a year since the release of my debut novel, Always Want More. But since she has been back in Rochester since June, she has really stepped my look up. I did a Periscope called Looking the Part. That's also on my YouTube channel, Bonke the Author. All of these interviews from the Thank You Tour you guys can find on my YouTube channel, Bonke the Author. And Ebony says she likes the fact that you have a goal, $10 or less. It's very specific. And so since Keisha has been here, I don't know if y'all been seeing me out in these streets, but she has stepped my fashion game up. And she's a big sister to me, so she did it in a very discreet way. Now when I look back at it, I'm like, wait, did she just give me a makeover on the low? Like one of the things... I always have like a book bag with books on me, you know, and so she got me like this rolly bag, and she just brought it to me. She's like, thanks, I got this from one of my stores. This is how you need to look when you come up on the scene to sell books. Just roll it in so people know that you're serious about what you're doing. I did a keynote address yesterday. You can go to Instagram to see pictures from that and to see even a video clip from it. And I could see people's reactions as soon as I walked in. So a lot of times we waste our time talking about how things should be. Maybe looks shouldn't matter, but the truth of the matter is they do. Ebony said my Dora bag. Cherise, thank you so much for joining. I'm Bonke the Author. It's a pleasure to meet you. But again, it's like when you get to a certain point in your career where you're trying to go to the next level, you want people to value you. You want to be able to set a price for your work that really reflects who you are. You have to look the part. And so that's why I had to thank my sister Keisha for coming in and just seeing where I had a deficit. And Ebony, you talked about this on Friday. That's what sisterhood is. Like, sisterhood is, okay, girl, your shit don't look all the way quite right, but you correct and love. And so she has given me literally a whole new wardrobe, like bags and bags of clothes. And my branding colors are black, gray, and pink. And so much of what she has given me fit those colors. What I had on at the community convo, she gave me. And then she came and she actually helped work the door. So she is just an awesome woman of God. So generous. Like when we talk about village and community, all those things sound good, but what does it really look like? And that's why I'm sharing with you guys the Thank You Tour, just to share my village with you, and hopefully it inspires you to create your own village. And again, you can see all of those interviews. Since you're my 19th interview, you can see all of those interviews on my YouTube channel, Bonke the Author. Also, if you go to my Instagram, because when I tell you, she be having me looking fly, like I be stepping out looking like $1 million, and all these pieces, $5. A Jones New York coat, $5. So to look good, we can definitely do it in an affordable way, and there's absolutely no shame in that. And like she said, that's what white people do. That's how they keep their money. Also, side note, there is a video that you have to watch, Little Dickie, Dickie, called Save That Money. It is so inspiring. You got to watch it. Let me flip it back. So you're a newlywed?
Yes.
Okay, so what is your advice to all of those people out there who, and I'm going to say women specifically, all those women who would like to be married?
I would definitely say, and you know, I still have a few friends that are still single too as well. I would definitely say you just have to give it to God. Once I got remarried back to Keith, that's what happened. I pretty much just gave everything over to God because I was just done. I was frustrated, and you know, I was dating the same type of guys, not really going anywhere. And then too, when you're, you know, into you know, the Lord and to the Bible, it's just certain things that you're not willing to do, and that's when you really know when you found a guy too, when he's, you know, into God and really knows how to treat you like a woman. And like I said, the only advice I can really give is just give everything over to God and definitely follow, His will and what He asks of us, and then He'll definitely bless you. I guarantee you that. I can put a stamp on that.
That's all right. Well, thank you, sis, so much for this impromptu interview.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything that you have done to help me. Thank you for being a sister and really understanding what that means. Like, I'm so blessed and grateful. For one, I'm so excited for Keith because in all these years, I know that you were what was missing. Like, he always said that you were going to come back. I'm going to flip it for her. I gotta talk about my brother real quick. Okay. So, when they got divorced, that was when I was graduating from college. Ebony said, yeah, fashionista, thank you for the tips.
Oh, she's welcome.
So when they were getting divorced, this is how God works. So they got divorced, which was a very unfortunate thing. My brother took that very hard. And then I graduated, and then I came and lived with him. And I think that was something that we both needed. Like, he needed kind of a distraction from the heartache that he was going through. And I needed an example, but I didn't know that's what I needed. And so my brother is actually who ushered me into Christ. He is the reason why I got saved. And I talk about this in another one of the thank you tours because I had to interview him. Please go to the YouTube channel. You definitely want to see that. It's an amazing testimony. And when him and my sister Keisha, see, it's Asia. Thanks for coming back. And thank you guys for popping in and out so that we can keep the heart count up. I really appreciate it. When they got divorced, he said, she's going to come back. God told me she's going to come back. And we were like, okay. God doesn't tell us how long certain things are going to take. And so it took 10 years for them to reconcile. But they both stood firm on what God said. And sometimes we have to go through trials and tribulations so God can work certain things out. But I just had to let you guys know that from the day she left, he said she is going to come back. That's what God told him, and that's what happened. And so all of us were just so excited. It was just such an amazing testimony for us. Like, your love and you sharing that story, like, you don't know how many people are going to be blessed because of it. And so you guys definitely want to go to the YouTube channel to see his interview. But I just want to take a second to encourage you because stand firm in what God has told you. It doesn't always happen fast, but it will happen. I'm Bonke the author, new wife, new professor, and new entrepreneur. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I just share my journey concerning all those things. I'm very transparent. Everybody around me is very transparent because in order for our people to do better, we have to share information. We got to build each other up, and there is absolutely no shame in that. Essence! Hey, boo! Thank you so much for joining. We're about to sign out, but please catch the replay. I'm going to flip it back to my sister so she can give you guys her closing thoughts on fashion, saving a coin, love, whatever.
I just want to also really quick just say thank you to Banks too for including me in this because I just came back into their lives. So thank you so much, and please continue to follow her. And as far as fashion, just like I said, just take the time. I know some people don't like to do the thrift shopping, but it's a wonderful hobby, and you will definitely save a lot of money. You can still have your own style and find new things, gifts. It's just I don't know. I just want to share that so everyone can be able to save money and still look at the same time. And then, as far as like I said, relationships, just go to God. That's it. Thank you.
We love you guys. God bless.